Hey, what's good, everybody? I am coming at you from my new luxury skyrise apartment, top floor in Florida, and I absolutely love this place so much. Today, I am going to be breaking down my complete story, A to Z, how I went from making $2.90 an hour, living in a cartel-infested ghetto, sneaking on the bus every day, to now making $850K a year and scaling up hard as hell. I'm gonna take you from A to Z on how exactly I'm doing this and how I'm working with the biggest clients in the game, 9-figure clients, while still delivering insanely top-tier results, best in the entire industry. You've come to the right place if you're looking to level up your career, make money online, and become an email marketer or email copywriter or copywriter in general, then you're in the exact right place. Now, if you don't watch the rest of this video, you're one, not going to be as inspired as you were if you would have watched the video, and two, you're not going to know if you're going to be able to avoid the potential pitfalls that I avoided so that I could get such insane results in a relatively short amount of time for this industry. So let's start at the very beginning. I used to work at Costco wholesale, and I started at making $9.50 an hour. I was scraping rotten chicken grease, cooking rotisserie chicken in the back of Costco. Now, I had lots of crazy stuff that happened to me along the way. Like I got this chemical burning or skin melting chemical in my eye, and for one of my coworkers, it literally burned through their rubber apron, their white, thick cotton smock, their t-shirt, and made their nipples black. And so I'm sitting there with my eye covered, and I'm gonna have the doctor on the phone, and I'm like spraying water in my eye, and the doctor, I said, am I gonna ever see again out of my eye? And the doctor said, I don't know, that was a nasty chemical. And so I'm getting yelled at every day, treated like crap. You know, like I'd have this giant vat full of like rotted chicken grease, and I would have to take a tiny spoon and I would have to dish it out as fast as I could and have a manager walking in every 5 minutes being like, hey, you have 3 more minutes to do that. You know, so it was like a very aggressive, like urgent, fast-paced environment, but it also taught me everything that I needed to like carry that urgency into the rest of my life. And so I saved up every single penny I had. I woke up at 3:30 a.m. every single day, and I wrote 3 books over the course of a year. And I also studied online marketing in between the rest of the 4.5-year period. That was really difficult, but it built who I am today. And I used to sneak on the bus every day just because I didn't have $2 to afford the bus ticket. I had an apartment with bed bugs and homeless people living on my front porch. Like I couldn't even open my front door without homeless people like tweaking out on meth, like with their teeth rotted out, like yelling, like I'm just trying to get to work in my crappy job, making just enough to get by. I remember a good month was having $20 at the end of the month, and the only way I could do that was avoiding eating anything besides plain brown rice with no seasoning, because salt, like $1 or $2 with salt was too expensive. And so I took this extra money and I put every single penny I had into mentorship and starting my own businesses, until I landed on email marketing. But first, I tried many different online business models and I just wasn't satisfied with all of them. I tried high ticket drop shipping, like with Dropship Lifestyle. I tried drop shipping from AliExpress, like low ticket drop shipping with social media ads. I hated that. I just hated the customer service aspect of running a drop shipping business, and as well as like the ads management and stuff. It just wasn't for me. It wasn't a good job fit. I was sold a dream on YouTube and it wasn't for me. So I tried a bunch of different stuff. And then I landed on publishing books. And so I published 3 books over the course of a year. And that's when I realized that I went from hating writing to falling in love with writing. And so I remember somebody saying to me when I was in the process of publishing books, they're like, so you're a writer? And I sat there disgusted. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like I had an identity crisis. I'm like, wait, I hate writing. My entire life as a kid and throughout school, I always hated writing. But then when I quit my job at Costco and kept writing books, like I fell in love with writing. Like I would love just everything about it. Like it's so creative, it's so fun expressing yourself. Like it's nothing like the writing that they teach you in school. It's like what you make of it and what you want of it. And like if you want to, you know, write a certain way, you can. Like you don't have to like necessarily follow like all the rules they teach you in school and make it boring and bland. Like you can spice it up however you want. It just gave me a love for words as well, like really just simple, clear communication. So I saved up a little bit of money, and then I met a mentor on a trip to Chiang Mai, Thailand, called Brandon. And he started introducing me to copywriting. He said, dude, you're only making a few $100 a month from these books. Like, why don't you try doing client work and making a lot more? And also you can do this thing called copywriting, which is the sales and psychology of selling, except for you don't have to talk to people. You can just write. And I actually preferred writing because it would give me energy. And I love talking as well, but it just like getting a sales position just was not for me. So then I quit my job and I moved into a cartel-infested ghetto in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. And for those who don't know, like anything east of CTM is a straight-up cartel-infested ghetto. Do not live there. Mutilated bodies would show up on the streets. There'd be gunshots ringing off all the time. Now, granted, it was towards like other cartel members. It wasn't tourists, but still there were casualties. You know, tourists were casualties at times. So it was dangerous. And I remember carrying everything I owned at night at 4 a.m. to go visit my mentor so that I could take notes for him while he was on calls. And just thinking, dang, someone could totally steal all my stuff because like I'm moving Airbnbs. So I got my first copy job shortly after for $2.90 an hour. So I'd work for free for my mentor all day. And then at the end of the day, he critiqued my copy for $2.90 an hour. And I was more than happy to do it because yeah, there's three main ways to make it in this world with copywriting. And that's work for mentor for free, or work for an agency, or work for someone for less than like what you can make on your own, or be a freelancer and hire a coach. Those are the three main paths. And I'll make a video about this soon. And if this is in the future, I probably already have it. Just search on the channel. So every single month I'm going negative into credit card debt. And there's no way around this because I'm just like barely being able to survive. The entire year of 2021, I made $13,000 and I was in the co-working space all day, every day working. Shout out to Bunker. That place is freaking awesome if you're trying to get on your feet, move somewhere new, and make a bunch of friends. Bunker co-working in Playa del Carmen was home for me. So then I was in a meditation circle and I'm thinking logically, I want to get into copywriting, but the best type of copy to get started with is email because one, it's short form, so it's way easier to get into short form than long form. And two, you can actually see the data and the results that you get your clients, so you're more likely to keep them on board because you can explain your services to them. And also emails reoccurring. With long form, you have landing pages and video sales letters, etc. But those are usually a one-off project or a little bit of tweaks after. With email, it's ongoing and they constantly need help, so you can get consistent work on retainer and like have a stable lifestyle, and also build more of a business if you want and have a Rolodex of clients and scale as high as you want. I mean, there's like big marketing agencies out there making millions a year and really fun. You know that trend on YouTube, like social media marketing agency? Nobody talks about email marketing agencies. That's the next big trend. And it's way easier because you don't have to know how the entire funnel works. I mean, it helps, of course, that I write entire funnels, but you don't have to get to this point. So anyway, I'm in a meditation circle in Mexico, and then someone in this circle says, I just started this email copywriting course. And so without another word, I just said, please dude, tell me the name of the course. And he kind of treated me like I was a pain because he was like super busy, even though he was only writing 3 to 4 emails a day. And then he gave me the name of the course and I got on the sales call and I just said to the salesperson, like, look, I stopped in mid-pitch. I'm like, bro, I wanted to start the course yesterday. Just get me in. I don't care what the price is. I'm gonna put it on a credit card. I'm already living on credit anyway. It doesn't matter. I know I'm gonna be rich one day in the future anyway, so it doesn't matter. I saw that with email marketing, you can travel the world, do whatever you want, retire your parents, which was what my main goal was I set when I was 18, and I'm 30 now, just turned 30 and officially retired my grandma. And I'm also supporting my mom and dad because my dad quit his job of 30 years as an engineer at Intel to be my COO in the business. And to me, that's what's more important in life than having like fancy designer stuff or sports cars. Like, sure, I prefer a luxury apartment like this because it inspires me a bunch. And also I have plenty of room to have students visit me and also my parents visit me and enjoy the luxury lifestyle. So I got into the course, and then the formula is I wrote 2 to 3 emails every single day for 2 to 3 months. For me, I wrote 3 a day for 3 months, but you can follow this exact formula and you can eventually be good enough to get your own clients. But the key is you have to get feedback on your work from either a client or you're sending it and seeing the data come in from your email, meaning like what was the open rate and what was the click-through rate, so that you can improve your copy from there. And then within 7 days, I got my first client. I was off to the races. And then I invested $3K into a copywriting mastermind and also put the plane tickets and everything on a credit card. And I flew into Vegas. I went to the event and I approached somebody there that was hiring, and I dapped him up and I said, what's up, dog? I want to make you rich. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Just give me a shot. I've done some of this stuff before, and I'm here to serve. I didn't even ask for money or anything. I'm just whatever. And so he said, okay, sounds good. Like, move in with me into Tampa, Florida, and then I'll show you everything and I'll give you enough money to like start making more and like have a healthy lifestyle there. And it was crazy. I went back to Oregon, packed up my bags, and then I drove with my shitty 2008 van, the chipping paint, to Tampa, Florida. And I slept under my desk for him, and I'm living in a gated community with two 25-year-olds that are making 200 to 400K a month, absolutely freaking crushing it. And there's a McLaren outside in the driveway, and one of them owns a Bentley as well. And they have a Jaguar and a Maserati and a slingshot. And so my mind is completely blown. It's like they're making tons of money, and like just being around them, I'm just like self-conscious and like, I can't believe this is real life. And so this is the moment I've always been waiting for. I had a great time in Playa del Carmen, but those people were not the next level that I needed to like bring me up to where I am today. So then I proceeded to work 531 days in a row. And now you don't have to do this if you want to get an email copy, but I was serious about making as much in as little time as possible. And I have some insane social proof. I'm working with the biggest people in the game. I'm not allowed to talk about it because I'm under contract, but just trust me, I know you've heard of them if I said their name. It all happened in a really short amount of time. That's because I was more worried about my client's bank account and my mentor's bank account than my own. And then everybody started throwing me more money that I can handle after a certain point. It just bubbled up. So after 2 years of that agency, I left. It was just a natural thing to do. And then I dropped my crappier clients. And then I went from 6K a month, 61K a month in 6 months flat. And I got all my clients through Facebook. It's a very clear, simple system that I teach my students. Anybody can do it as long as you have the reps in. And then a few months later, I hit $76,000 a month, which is where I am now. And then I moved into this luxury skyrise apartment, and my life is completely transformed from the inside out. I'm so freaking grateful I took the shot on myself and invested in myself, because I realized that all of that would be a bad dream one day. I literally have nightmares of my old life, like scraping chicken grease and living in a ghetto and gunshots. And like my worst moment in the ghetto was at 3 a.m. someone broke into my courtyard. They got over the barbed wire fence somehow, and I had bars in my window, but still they broke in the courtyard, and I turned on the lights and I slammed my body against the door. And that's the moment that I knew I had to escape and had to get myself out of there. And the only way was through email marketing. So that's why I took big bets on myself. And a lot of people view it as risky, but in my mind, the only thing that's not risky is investing in yourself. Because like if you view investing in yourself as risky, then all you're saying is you don't believe in yourself, and you need to work on that, because you can freaking do this. You can do anything you put your mind to. Everybody underestimates what you can do in a lifetime and overestimates what you can do in a year. For me, it took 3 years, but for you, it can be a lot less. I mean, within my first 8 months of buying a course, I was at 8K a month. First 12 months, I was at 15K a month. So like you can get there, but like I was trying to get to the next level and get a lot further. So stay tuned for more videos on this channel. I'm gonna be dropping freaking heat for you guys and revealing most stuff that gurus on this planet are not revealing. I'm gonna be bringing you all my secret strategies that generate my clients millions of dollars every single month, like clockwork. But ultimately, if you're watching this and struggling and you feel like your life is a nightmare, I believe in you. I know you can do this. Just the fact that you're watching a video like this means you're different than the rest of the people out there. Never, ever, ever give up. Keep pushing forward. This will all be a bad dream one day, and you're gonna wake up and thank your lucky stars and be grateful as hell that you worked so freaking hard and you were prepared for the opportunities that are coming your way. Because the life of your wildest dreams is ahead of you. So start taking actions today like your life depends on it, and make sure you get a mentor. Mad love, peace.